Hello, welcome to another briefing. In this video, I'm going to talk about the impressive amounts of rainfall that we've had in the Bay Area over the last few days as a result of this atmospheric river type setup where you have this constant flow of precipitation, this constant hose of moisture, if you will, and it's like an atmospheric hose, a narrow band of moisture coming all the way from the subtropical regions, pointed over one certain area, and in this case, it was mostly the northern Sonoma County into Mendocino County. As you can see here, as I show on the cursor, is where most of that precipitation was falling. I'm just going to put the last day and a half, animation of the last day and a half into motion here. And watch that. Watch these bands of precipitation continuously moving over the same areas. And just moderate to heavy rain continuously. So no wonder there's been so much flooding in certain areas in the last few days, because just this continuous flow of moisture stalling out over a specific region. This happens because we have a cold front sagging to the south very slowly. It's a sort of in a stationary pattern where you just have the same areas getting pounded with rain, while they're to the south you actually have some ridging of high pressure, kind of a blocking pattern, if you will, keeping this precipitation north of a certain area. In this case, with this storm, it's been more or less the I-80 line. San Francisco, Oakland, Berkeley, those places have only gotten about an inch of precipitation out of this storm so far, where further north, way higher amounts. So let's take a look at these amounts now. And as I was saying, look at this. You look at, this is the official California, Nevada River Forecasting Center official rain gauge map here. You're looking at amounts around 10, 12, 13 inches. You're looking at a foot of rain. A lot of Santa Rosa, Healdsburg. You're looking at northern Sonoma County. You're looking at Mendocino County. We're looking at the 3-day totals here, last 72 hours. Some ridiculous amounts. Just 14.8 here at this station, Laytonville, at 1,800 feet elevation. That's not even that high. Just ridiculous amounts here. If I zoom in a little more, let's take a look. Wow, look at this. 14.15 inches. Over 14 inches in 72 hours. The Petrified Forest Station at 1,100 feet. This is ridiculous. Looking at Petaluma, about 5 inches in the last 3 days. 5.27 over here. My dad's farm, this isn't registered on this website, but my dad's farm is right about here, and he's had about 6 inches so far in the last 3 days. Just ridiculous. 7 inches in many areas of San Rafael. And then as I mentioned, that I-80 line, which is right, I-80 actually does kind of a curve here, but right about here, right around the Golden Gate Bridge, roughly, there's a sharp cutoff where you see this 7.06 here, and then look, this is a 30-minute drive south, and it's only 0.8 of an inch here in SF. So see, and look at this drop off. Look at San Rafael, 7 inches. Drive 10 minutes to Mill Valley, 2.2. Drive another 15 minutes into SF, it's 0.8. So it's a sharp cutoff. What I'm talking about here is there's a sharp cutoff, and in fact, I'm just gonna actually put the gridded data here so you can see in these amounts here. See, look at this. 3/100ths of an inch for a lot of it, and then just a little further north, you're looking at closer to an inch, and then you go a little further north, you're looking at several inches, 5, 6, 7, and then you go further north than that, it's 11 inches. This is Santa Rosa to San Francisco. Mind you, that's a 1-hour drive, and you go from having seen 11 inches of rain to barely an inch. So there's a sharp cutoff there, and that shows you where that narrow band of moisture is set up, right over, favoring mostly Sonoma and Mendocino counties, parts of Marin County getting favored by this as well, including my home, even though my home's only picked up just short of 2 inches. My home is okay, I'm already on a different map, but it's right about here. And yeah, you see that sharp cutoff where you go south of SF and there's not been much rain at all. So very interesting to see this. As a weather enthusiast, it's always very fascinating, how these systems set up that narrow band of moisture, and then you go just a little bit south and from an area that gets absolutely drenched, and you see barely anything just because of that, how narrow that band of moisture is, and how that sets up, how that front stalling out really keeps the rain over one area. But that is bound to change, and I'm going to show you the national blend of models, computer model projection for the simulated radar going in from right about now through this afternoon. Let's just take a quick look at the actual radar first. So we see bands of precipitation. We see this is basically the cold front out here getting ready to push in. You have these bands of moderate to even heavy rain, some small pockets of heavy rain embedded in there as this band gets ready to start making it onshore. And you have these prefrontal showers still kind of just grazing parts of the Bay Area there. And that's why you already have some rain it's not a lot, but you are seeing rain as far south as Fremont now. And yesterday, I believe this line was more around SF. So it's slowly starting to sag south, and we do expect this cold front to sweep through the entire Bay Area as we go through the day today. I'm going to show you a few different computer models here. I'm going to start out with the NAM model. And so this going from 8 a.m. today, just about now. So we go through 11, so 9, 11, 12. It's about noon here. You're seeing those frontal bands of rain already setting up. And then as we go through 2, 3 p.m., see mid-afternoon, you're seeing that well into San Francisco now. And then you go through the evening hours of 11 p.m., see it's still making its way through the South Bay. And then scattered showers tomorrow. You're looking at totals of pretty good amounts on this computer model. You're looking at over 2 inches for San Francisco. You're looking at an additional inch for a lot of areas in the North Bay on top of what's already been accumulated. That's definitely going to bring flooding risks, but a lot of beneficial rain for San Francisco and areas further south where it really hasn't rained that much yet. So if this were January, this would be a lot more concerning because we would have a lot of moisture in the soil already. But this time of year, except for areas that have already been drenched, okay? Anywhere Marin County to northern Marin to northward into Sonoma and Mendocino, any rain is concerning now because the soil is saturated. But San Francisco, East Bay, South Bay, there hasn't been much rain yet this season, so this is going to be mostly beneficial. Pretty healthy amounts here. 2 inches San Francisco, just about 2 inches for Livermore, 0.3 of an inch for San Jose. That's respectable. San Jose usually doesn't get very much anyways because they get rain shadowed by the Santa Cruz Mountains here, except for when the systems come from the south. That's when they get the most rain because they don't get as much rain shadowing. But if it's coming if the trough is like the upper level dynamics are moving in from the northwest to the southeast, then there's going to be more rain shadowing for San Jose. But still pretty good. I mean, that's respectable, 3/10. For Monterey, same thing, that's respectable. See, we could go in Sunday morning, maybe end of the weekend, there's a little more. Maybe we get up to over half an inch in Monterey, maybe about half an inch for San Jose. We'll see how that plays out. If I put the national blend of models now, I'm just going to show you the national blend. Little bit. See, this is more of like an average of all models, so I think it's a little more reliable. So you're going out to 4 p.m. on Saturday. You're looking at a little more modest amounts for some areas of the Central Bay, but still pretty good. You're looking at over an inch for SF. You're looking at, unfortunately, another potentially 2 inches for parts of the North Bay, which has already been drenched in rain. So that's where we're going to be worried about flooding. And then 1.32 additionally for Livermore. That's not the 2 inches we were seeing on the NAM, but that's still pretty good. And this, the National Blender model is actually more generous for San Jose, 3/4 of an inch. That would be wonderful if that verifies. And then you're looking at about 4/10 of an inch for Monterey by tomorrow afternoon. That's not bad at all. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I don't want to make this video too long. But I hope you were able to get something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.